Hi, my name's Brenda Johnson and I'm the city clerk of the city of Sacred Heart, Minnesota.
I'm Orville Wolf. I'm the deputy city clerk. I used to be the city clerk. I used to be a teacher.
And we have been asked to give our input on the closing of the school here in Sacred Heart and what effect it has had on our city. For one thing, I think a lot of our kids have been traveling out of town now instead of into our school district because of the closing. The school's been closed for how many years now?
I don't.
6 years maybe. I started here 4 years ago and it closed 2 years before that.
We have a bus coming in to pick up students from the Echo Charter School, from Yellow Medicine East, and well, they do pick up kids for RCW too. But it affected the business places because before, when the parents came to pick up kids, they probably went to the grocery store and bought some bread and eggs and stuff, or they filled gas. Well, now they don't come to town to pick up kids anymore. And I think it also affected like the elderly that used to come to basketball games and volleyball games. They're not going to drive at night to see a volleyball game or a basketball game at Renville.
That's true. A lot of our elderly, that's their entertainment, in the area. And I know I was the school accountant over for Bold, and another thing that people don't think about is that money going from the school district from one to another. You're losing out that money for that individual student going to a different district. And I think a lot of people were upset when the school district closed our local Sacred Heart school and decided to take their kids out of the district. So it does do a big impact on everybody. The taxes and everything do not stay in the community then.
Mm-hmm. Have they had an estimate to what it might cost if they choose to demolish the school here in town?
I heard $650,000.
650,000.
That's what we've heard. The school was one of the newer ones, or a lot of the buildings that were added on to it, or the sections that were added on to it, were newer. The school district chose to close Dan-U. That one was closed first. And then Sacred Heart, like I said, 6 years ago, and they're trying to sell it, and they kind of wish the city would take it over, but that's a burden on the residents in this local community too. Not just the school district, because if we would take it over to demolish it, it would just be on the taxpayers' money in this town, and we don't have a lot of younger kids anymore. It's more elderly in the Sacred Heart community, so it's a burden, very much.
Do they have an estimate of what it just costs to operate the school, just to maintain it with heat and?
Oh, I can't remember. $40,000 a year just to heat it, they're saying.
Yeah. Oh.
But we don't know if that's just minimum heat. Currently, I don't believe they are heating it, are they?
Oh, I think they'd have to, because the pipes would freeze.
Yeah, so they did redo the gym, and they do use a portion of the school for activities, sports activities.
Mm-hmm.
But they redid the gym floor, so.
I can't think of anything else, I guess.
Yeah, me neither. It did do an impact, though. A lot of residents were upset when it was closed, and to this day, I just started, like I said, 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I still hear comments that, with closing that school, it was hard on these residents.